Guys, I finally did it. The suffering is over. Finally got this guy on the Hero Fest banner. Unfortunately, it came at a cost, because I was nearing, like, what was I, almost at 400 orbs? And this is the amount it took. I damn near spent like 350 on this banner, including the nearly 500 I dropped on his original release. So this man got me 800 orbs deep to finally get one copy. And I am proud to say I didn't resort to buying the Fey Pass to spark him. I could have easily done it because I hit the 40 out of 40 pretty easily. But I'm on a long streak right now of not having to resort to buying the Fey Pass, and I kind of want to keep it that way. So, whatever's coming up next, like CYL or whatever they've got in store for us, I'm going to be a little bit orb destitute here. But regardless, let's go ahead and take a look at what we're really here to talk about, which is the end of another lovely Aether Raids season. So this is how we did, or, well, that was the team that we're going to show off, but this is how we did here. So we should be able to maintain top 1k here. I've got a lot of merges for light season, unlike in Astra season, so we can do poorly on defense and still safely make top 1k here. So that's not really a problem. We took 2 hard losses for defensive lift loss, which we will go ahead and show right here. So season started off, we had a lot of rematches actually, and we had a lot of wins. Leading up to this one here where we took a full loss and a minus 70, and then another one right after that with another minus 70. And then a third loss full on where we took a minus 0 because we had LLC up. But here's the thing. This person here, Tristana, actually rematched us earlier on in the season and lost. So they got lucky enough to fight us a second time just from the random queue matchup, and they were able to get the win this time. But, I mean, our boy Tristana, or our girl Tristana over here, kind of cheated, which I will show off why that is in a moment. All right, then we have another win, and another win. So, basically, we have all wins except for these 3 losses right here. So, this is the defense that I ran this season. It's pretty much the same thing I ran the previous season, except now we have the advent of Baldr here, who was able to break the safety fence, which is pretty much the reason why everyone was able to win last season, is because of safety fence abuse. Now, this was a very interesting season because this is the first time ever where we've been able to run either Baldr or Hoder and their ability to break the safety fence. So it has had a little bit of an impact on how people are playing offense, which certainly it is nice to see a bit of a change of pace here. Now, if you recall when they made the safety fence, it was due to people running turn 1 traps with Legendary Sigurd and his ability to move 5 space or reach from 5 spaces away with things like Pathfinder and Rally and Dance traps and so on and so forth. It was just a little too easy for him to just initiate out of nowhere, and Insys didn't like that, so they made the safety fence as an emergency nerf to Sigurd. However, the safety fence was a little too powerful, so it's nice to finally see a little bit of counterplay to the safety fence being introduced. Now, there is still counterplay to Baldr and Hoder, of course, which is just don't attack right away, because they will only break the safety fence if a unit initiates on one of your units in combat. So as long as you take your time and you just maybe use the first couple of turns to break some obstacles, break some of the traps, and then get out of the way safely, you can make it much easier when you're finally ready to start attacking by using the safety fence now. So that's pretty much where we're at, and I wanted to go back to the basics, of course. We've got a cav line here that covers all 6 lanes, something we weren't able to do back in the day, and with a unit that can break the safety fence, it seemed like a no-brainer to go for that. And then, of course, we've got our save units, Burger King and Alir, and this guy, too, I decided to just give him save because I don't want people to snipe my Erica too easily. So that's where we're at. We're going to go ahead and take a look at the replays now and see how we did, or see how other people were able to do. All right, let's since we have a lot of replays, we'll also try to make this a little bit fast. So this guy here lost 5 units. So we got Ash there, we got Rhea, we got Dagger, we got Valentine Claude, probably the black sheep of the Valentine units from this round. All right, then we got Summer Hoppy, and then we have Meliai. Okay. All right, so Meliai just recently came out, so haven't really had too much time to see her in action. Okay, we just bypass his blockade of cows. We just bypass all of that and just snipe his units with our style changes there. Yeah, the Erica style and the Celica style are really the backbone of our offense here. All right, so he lost his units. He's going in with Valentine Claude there, inexplicably. Does absolutely nothing to King Freyr, or to Lay Radar. Then he goes in again. Yeah, Claude gets an extra action after his first initiation. But, oh man, this poor guy. He came out, he had to live in the shadow of Valentine Edelgard and Valentine Rhea, both units who are still very relevant today. And Claude, meanwhile, hasn't really seen the same type of play, unfortunately, for Claude fans. All right, he goes for a snipe there on King Freyr and then Baldr. Yeah, this is like the main unit archetype that can take out Baldr with ease. So we got a blue bow type of unit, which they have color advantage and they have effective damage as well. All right, Erica gets a KO there, and then we get a repo with Micaiah. So she can attack again, but then Claude's got Vantage. Wow, we're kind of getting swept a little bit by Claude. Even though we won the fight for the most part, it's still funny to see Claude actually just tearing down a lot of our other units here. Yeah, with his Vantage shenanigans and his bonus action and all that, he can do some stuff. It's not like he's completely helpless. Yeah, and then he just Vantage takes out Erica there. Yeah, not too bad, Claude. Touché. But you want to do something about this guy or her over there? I guess not. All right, that's pretty much the difference maker between a great unit and a good unit. Can you take out the relevant save units? That is the question. All right, so this is round 1 against Tristana over here, and this is why this person cheated. So they're running Elm on Light Season offense, which you're not really supposed to do. I can kind of understand it. If this person really doesn't care about score and they're just playing to make their lives easier and just get easy wins in Aether Raids, then so be it, right? Like, who am I to tell them otherwise? But from what we're doing here, from this defensive showcase, this kind of doesn't count. Like, if you're going to beat a defense, you want to be able to do it and also get your maximum score. So he's also got the Summer Yuri, he's got Emblem Lyn, he's got Dual Marth, and then he's got Rune and Ash. Okay, so starts off with an undefended on Celica and then takes her out. And then we break his safety fence. So now he's going to have to hide from us. All right, throws Dual Marth in harm's way, but here's the funny thing about Dual Marth right now. He gets clapped pretty bad by Baldr because, where is it? Hold on. It's not there. It's on her weapon. So you'll notice in the second paragraph there, after start of turn effects trigger on enemy phase, converts bonuses on the closest foes and foes in 2 spaces into penalties. That doesn't count as panic. So, of course, Dual Marth is able to give bonuses to everybody and give them null panic at the same time. Doesn't matter. Baldr just flips all your bonuses into penalties regardless. So Marth right there was basically naked. He had no Vantage because Baldr just wrecked all his stats. All right, at this point, okay, so he goes for a swap with Lyn there, and he goes for a double undefended. Or no, single undefended. I thought he hit Alir and Erica there for some reason, but I guess not. All right, takes out Erica. He's still going for the win, which at this point, this really tells me this guy doesn't care about score. Already lost the unit and is running Elm on Light Season, but still going for the win. All right, Yuri takes out King Freyr there. Okay. That Summer Yuri's a really good Aether Raids unit because he's got Foul Play and he's got Lookout Force. And he's also got really good Disarm Trap where he's got bonus 10 HP on the Hex Trap. So if we're talking just like positioning shenanigans, that Yuri is one of the best. For sure. And I've seen him a lot. I've seen a lot of people running him on Aether Raids offense. Surprised he could take out Baldr there, though. Wow. Okay, yeah, because Baldr is mainly weak against blue type of units. That's not trying to say that non-blue units can't beat her. But she's got a lot of damage reduction against blue or non-blue opponents. So for Yuri to come in with color disadvantage and still be able to take her out is pretty impressive there. Okay, I can already tell you what's going to happen here. I don't think this guy can kill Burger King anymore because he's got Elm here. Elm is able to beat him, but he needs to have the Erica ring to get the Brave attack to do it. And if he's not got that, and then Lyn has 0 shot, Yuri, I would imagine, is going to be in the same boat as Lyn. And then Rune. Oh, he's got Miracle Rune, actually. Miracle Rune might be able to beat him. But you're going to also need a lot of other support. You're going to need, like, Reflex support and possibly Brave attack support as well. Which this guy does not have right now, so pretty much completely at the mercy of Burger King. Alright, what is he going to do, though? Let's see. Is he even going to try to attack us? Let's... Okay, he takes out a Leer first. We do a number on Elm there. He gets undefended, but that doesn't matter. And then, yeah, like I thought, he didn't really have anyone to beat Burger King there. All right, so that was round 1 against Tristana. Okay, we have Heroic AF up next. Should probably go a little faster because we got a lot of replays to go. All right, so we got Peony, we got Summer Yuri, we got Layla. Now, this is how you would do undefended naturally in Light Season. Run either this Layla or Bride Embla there. All right, then he's got Baby Camilla, we got Asker, and then we got Hresvelger. Okay. So it just starts off slow, just breaking some obstacles, getting rid of some traps there. Doesn't want to attack haphazardly, of course, because if he does, we're going to break his safety fence with Baldr. All right, so now he's got a nice wide open 2-lane here to start doing whatever he's going to do. All right, goes for a repo there with Camilla. Yeah, Camilla goes in. Camilla's one of the few units that just cold-blooded can beat Burger King. There's a lot of units that can beat him, but they need so much support. Camilla really doesn't. And she's one of the few that can. There's not too many that I can think of off top that just straight up beat Burger King. Oh, wow. Oh, that's unfortunate. Yeah, so, of course, Baldr's got Hold Guide. So she moved in first, and then King Freyr warped in front of her and took out the Baby Camilla there. Yeah, ooh, that's an RIP, because it seemed like he was actually doing pretty okay up until that point. So, yeah, RIP. We can end there. We don't need to watch the whole thing, because he continued and he was able to win. Okay, we got Nade over here. So, we got Peony. We got Dual Marth, we got Rune, we got Burger King, we got Fallen Male Leer, and then, wow, the baby Duo Corrin, huh? So that's his near save, I guess, and then Burger King's the far save, and then he's even got an Omni Tank in Duo Marth. So this guy's going to try to bait us here, by the looks of it. Now, how's that going to go for him? Of course, because we do have Lay Radar with his undefended, or not undefended, but assigned decoy. We just bypass all of his tanks. You gotta love that. We've got the style on Celica and Erica to just attack other units. Aleer was able to live, but not the other guy. Alright, now all his units are just grouped up in a corner like that. Not really ideal. Alright, Erica goes in and gets clopped. Clopped? What the hell is that? I meant to say clapped there. By Burger King. And then Dual Marth takes out Freyr. Okay. Alright, he gets Brave Crom to show up with the reinforcement slot. Goes for a repo on Marth. Alright, then Marth takes out Baldr. Okay. It seems like he should be okay here, actually. Yeah, I'm not really seeing how he's going to lose another unit, if at all. The only thing I can think of is he might not be able to beat Burger King, but he should, because he's got Dual Marth and he's got Brave Crom, both of which are units that have potential to beat him. Yeah, like right here, as we see. So I think we can call that a replay. We can move on to the next one. Okay, so that was Nade. All right, we got Ghable up next. This guy lost 3 units here. So we got Legendary Myrrh. We've got the... oh, wow. OG Ymir. Ugh. Considering he does have Micaiah Ring as well. Wow. Yeah, Micaiah just made Ymir extinct pretty much. All right, then we got Milo, we got Burger King, we've got Air, and then we have Legendary Male Shez. I can already tell this guy is not going to be looking so hot here. When you're resorting to running Legendary Myrrh and Ymir as your offensive options, probably not going to go too well. I mean, this game has basically just devolved to, are you running any of the 5 most recent units that came out? I.e. Burger King, Baldr, I guess, like Baby Camilla, Emblem Erica, Emblem Lynn, like the same exact units we've been seeing on damn near all of these replays and defenses too. I don't know if you guys seen Mabel's video or Marbell's video not too long ago where he kind of came back and then he just did a little rant video talking about Aether Raids and how Baldr... He was a little interested to come back because of Baldr and Hoda being able to break the safety fence, but at the same time, he's talking about how the game is in such an irrecoverable state from just how far the power creep has gotten that basically, are you just running the top 5 most recent units that came out? And that's pretty much it. And now they have been getting a little better, though, with power creep lately, of course, as we've seen with... I guess we can stop this replay now because we already got our KOs. But we have seen them start slowing down a bit on the power creep. The recent units that have been coming out haven't really felt like a step above previous units. Like, we've got Burger King, of course. I feel like he was the last OP unit that really came out, and then everything after was either around his level or slightly below. As opposed to in the past where we've seen units just come out that are significantly more powerful than their predecessors. Like, if we look back to the Winter 3 Houses banner, when those units came out, they felt like they were 10 steps ahead of the next best unit. And it was really disgusting to see a banner like that. Not knowing if they were going to keep up the trend of just making every unit that busted. But I do respect the fact that they decided to cut down on power creep a bit. At the same time, though, I feel like they picked the wrong time to do that, where we're in a... Like, I would have liked it if they ended on an offense meta as opposed to a defensive one. Like, can you imagine if Emblem Ike came out and that was it? Like, that was where they decided to end power creep? Like, what were you going to do? Because that guy in his prime, he was just the most annoying unit ever. And can you imagine if we had to deal with a unit like that? Which right now, I guess, is Burger King, right? But, yo, if they ended power creep on that, the game would just be unplayable. So I feel like we at least have tools to be able to kill Burger King, like Baby Camilla. But I would like some more. I would like a little bit of offensive variety. We keep seeing the same units over and over. Baby Camilla, Emblem Erica. This guy's got Duo Plumeria. You see Duo Marth on, like, damn near every team. You see Black Knight on damn near every team. There's not much variety right now, which... I mean, when has Faye ever really had variety? But it certainly had more variety in the past than it does right now. So I can kind of get it, but... I don't know, it is what it is. It's a gacha game. Like, when I started playing... When I start playing any gacha, not just Faye, you go in with the knowledge that, yeah, this is basically just going to be a power creep show. There's not going to be much room for anything else. Because they got to make their money somehow. All right, a little bit of a rant there. Okay, so this guy was able to win pretty clean here. All right, so that was Kai. That was our first loss. Okay, Violet up next with our second loss. Let's take a look here. Yeah, surprise, surprise. What did I say about Duo Marth, Emblem Erica? I guess Summer Celica with Burger King support, but this guy's just running her straight up. All right, then we got Male Shez, Hresvelger, Rune. Whatever. All right, just starts off breaking some obstacles. It would be nice if I could get Kanto Curb immediately. So we could kind of, like, protect our structures and obstacles and traps a little bit better. But there's not really much I can do. The team is exactly as it needs to be. Like, I can't really improve it in terms of what units we're running here. If we're going to make improvements, it's going to be to the actual structure itself of the defense, where we're going to maybe try to run something else. But as far as what I was trying to do, I think this is about as good as we can go for. And at least we do have Kanto Curb coming in. Even though it's not right away, it does come in late game. Alright, so of course, Valentine Edelgard, another... You can throw her into that list of units with, like, Baby Camilla, Emblem Erica, Burger King, Duo Marth, and so on and so forth. Oh, man. Alright, he pops an Octo skill there. Octo button with Duo Marth, more like Octo Marth with all the heroes he's got on his art. Alright, yeah, I mean, this is over. Do we really need to watch the rest of this? King Freyr, it's funny he left King Freyr alone there. He could have easily taken him out, but just to throw salt in the wound, let King Freyr attack somebody, because it's not like he's going to kill anyway. Yeah, thanks a lot. Alright, so that was... Who was that? Violet there? Okay, so now we got the rematch against Tristana. Obviously, they scouted us with a rematch before, and they lost. But here they are again, running Elm yet again. Not caring about score yet again. It is really rare that you fight the same person twice in a defense replay. But, I mean, yeah, man, this guy was able to redeem himself. Alright, he's just taking his time. I wonder why, but I guess he was waiting on Micaiah to show up there. Okay, goes for a swap with Micaiah. Goes for an undefended on Celica. Pops an Octo button there with Marth. Gets another action there with Elm. Ends his turn. Gets undefended on Erica. Wow. Homeboy's doing a lot of stunts here. Okay, snipes Celica with Lyn, and then snipes Erica with Micaiah. So he had to go for the double undefended. The reason I put both of them in front like that was because, I mean, who's running Elm in light season offense, right? When I play Anima season, I put them in the back and I put Pathfinder units in front of them. So Elm can't just, like, hit him with undefended and snipe him. But I wasn't expecting that to happen here in light season, so that's pretty much the reason why I had them in the front there. Alright, gets his snipe with Lyn. Yeah, we've already seen this guy's able to win, but he was cutting it kind of close there, to tell you the truth, on the left-hand side. If we had some different assists, I feel like we might have been able to get a bonus action or get a warp and get a KO there. Yeah, because I got reposition on Freyr and Micaiah. If they had, like, swap or something, maybe we would have been able to sneak in and get a KO. But in my personal experience with swap on Rally Traps and Divine Nectar Traps and Micaiah Ring Traps and so on, the AI doesn't really use swap all that well. So, even though it is harder and more, like, positioning dependent for reposition to actually work out better, I found that they do tend to use it a little bit better and more so to what we're going for. So that's why I tend to run reposition there. Alright, Duo Plumeria, Baby Camilla, Burger King. Where have I seen them before? Alright, then we got Lumera and then Dagger and Peony. Okay, this guy actually lost a unit though, which is interesting. So Burger King's his Farsaver. Alright, then Celica comes in. She gets her miracle off, and she takes him out with the reflex support. Yeah, you gotta be careful. For Burger King to be able to take out Celica, he needs to have Brave attacking. So you gotta give him the Erica ring to do it. Otherwise, Celica's gonna live with Miracle. And then with the reflex support, she's just gonna clobber him. So yeah, Celica, there are units that can beat Burger King, but funny enough, a lot of them also require Burger King support to work. So that was, who was that, Coco? All right, we got two more. We got V, and then we got M stacks, and then we're out of here. So this time we've got Dagger. We got Burger King. We got the new Summer Haethrun. We got Asker, Lumera, and then Hector. Okay. So you got lots of stone tiles here. And, of course, Burger King is going to be his save unit of choice. Puts Hathroon in front. But, unfortunately, we can pretty much do the same thing by the looks of it. Yeah, we just reflex snipe his Burger King with Celica. This is why you got to run the Erica Ring on Burger King, because otherwise, all of these units with reflex support from Burger King himself can beat Burger King. What a conundrum, right? In order to beat Burger King, you gotta have Burger King. Unless your name is Baby Camilla, pretty much. Yeah, not a very fun meta. This is exactly what I mean, though, when I say they ended the meta and ended power creep on a bad spot. I think when were we actually in the best meta? I think, like, after Brave 8 was looking really good. I really enjoyed the Brave 8 meta with Brave Felix and Brave Robin and Brave Alphonse. All of those were really fun units to use, and the meta felt pretty balanced overall. Or also the Valentine banner I thought was pretty good, like the one with Valentine, Edelgard, and Rhea. Because Rhea and Edelgard, I've said this in many videos, but they had like a 50-50 against each other. It was never really clear which one of them was going to win. It just depended on how well they were being supported. So when you've got a tank and an offensive unit that are basically as good as each other, it leads to a meta that's pretty balanced. So I didn't have any issues at all with that meta. But they chose to end power creep on Burger King, which very sus and questionable choice. So there you guys go for our replays there on this season of Aether Raids. Let me know how you guys were able to make out on your season, and what were your thoughts on Baldr, being able to face her in the first round. I think she's pretty good, actually. Like, not just breaking the fence aside, I think just as a unit, she's really good. She gives you exposure support. She gives the stat bonus flipping support, which is really good. She's got monstrous DR. She has a really strong player phase, actually. Like we said with many units, if she's got Burger King support, she's basically a Burger King killer. If she's got reflex and she's got all that DR, she can take him out. So yeah, that's all for this one, guys. Hope y'all enjoyed it, and I will catch y'all again on the flip side.